Welcome to the UDP broadcast, a podcast where a group of friends get together and talk about gaming related topics and offer both informed and uninformed opinions. I'm Luminary, and I'm accompanied today by my co hosts, the Nordic Cajun.
Hi ho, how you doing?
Are you playing an Arbiter right now, or are you thunking?
I am the law.
Okay,
He is the law.
so Imee the Law.
I am the law.
And from the Emerald Dream, Raina, the Crit Chicken.
Hello. I am trying to look for some coffee right now.
Coffee is good. So, episode 121, the episode where you can write it forwards and backwards and it still reads the same. So, before we get into it, we have words. 10% of all of our revenue. Oh, go ahead.
10% of all the revenue goes to the Trevor Project, and the Trevor Project is the leading organization helping LGBTQ kids avoid the perils of youth suicide. Unfortunately, they are very affected by it. So, in lieu of subscribing to the channel, if you've got extra money to throw around, we highly encourage you click that donate to charity link on the stream and give the Trevor Project your love and money. They definitely need that. They're good people.
They are. Also, this is an opinion show. We have opinions. You have opinions. Everything is both
I'll give you
informed and
yours.
uninformed. So,
you don't have one. Ami will deliver one to you.
No, you can have yours as long as it's mine, and you're good to go.
This is true.
So, that's how that works.
In other words, we're poor. Don't sue us. So, I think we should start off with some of Crit's stuff. Crit, what would you like to talk about first? Because you gave me a whole bunch of stuff. What's on your mind?
Oh, give me a moment. I will let Nord. I have so much on my mind right now. I'll let Nord go first so I can actually re-jog my memory.
Okay.
aside from like what's been going on with what is it? Roblox. There's more stuff coming out.
Right now, I couldn't find anything in the news because it's covered in Crimson Desert stuff. So we'll talk about.
Oh, so we can just. We could do the Crimson Desert stuff too, or first, and then go down the line to Nord, and then we can go on to the other stuff with the trademarks and whatnot, and the funny memes with the DLSS 5 stuff where AI wants to take over, and they're more concerned with AI than
I've seen some memes.
lowering the cost of our freaking our little RAM things.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the RAM things. That's fine. Yeah, no, we can do that. Cajun.
Hi.
Let's start with you.
All right, we'll start with the icebreaker. Since I literally just mentioned it. Okay, so you know how things can go kind of crazy about people getting their houses invaded by individuals, either of the legal or non-legal sense, especially in our nation. Well, we had an incident where a pseudo-famous, especially back in the late 80s, early 90s, rapper had his house invaded by the police unlawfully. No, like it was a whole thing. For those of you who don't know his name, it was Afro Man.
He got very high.
Yeah, he did. With a Colt 45 and 2 zigzags, even.
But he also had lemon pound cake. Oh,
yes, dude.
Okay, so before we get into all the memes, why don't we explain what's going on with that?
Yeah, I'm getting there. He got his house invaded by the Popo. They were in. I don't know why their excuse for raiding him was, but they ended up with like a ton of cops in his house with his kids there, just ransacking the place and going to his kitchen, looking at his food, looking for like it was bad. They had no warrant. They had no reasonable cause to be there. They just helped them. 9 times out of 10, when that happens, it goes down. The person in question will get their lawyer up and all that. Not my boy Afro Man. You know what he did? He made some of the best hits and diss tracks in years on these people with classics like the Lemon Cake song like you're talking about. He had one talking about just how dumb one of the main cops was, like literally just naming them by name. And
Randy Wilson or whatever, yeah.
Yes. And he went viral because of the songs that he was making. So what do the police do to respond? They
boo-hoo,
him.
boo-hoo-hoo.
they tried to sue him for defamation because the cop that had the song Lemon Cake made about him had tons of lemon cakes to the police station for him to make fun of him because of the song.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't just tons. It wasn't just tons. It was about 600-pound cakes.
Yes, they.
I mean,
said
an adequate number of pound cakes were provided to the individual.
You would think the way that cops, I know it's a meme, but how cops put away donuts, they wouldn't complain about some lemon cakes and pound cakes showing up at the office.
It's the
But
lack
this
of hope.
man's
And
got-
if they couldn't eat it all, they could always take it to. They could always give back to their community and give it to like food drives or something, or give it back or whatever. If there's 600-pound cakes, give it back to the community. Do good.
But instead, they decided to try to sue Afro Man for defamation, and they were trying to sue him for the lump sum of like $4 million for defamation for these people. And they got up on the stand and they boo-hooed and they wanted, my feelings were hurt. I can't sleep because people keep hitting me up on the internet for calling me a dumbass, and everybody called me little pound cake and all this shit. Like,
Oh, and the one
Guys.
guy, there was that one guy that was crying because he was saying that was defamation because he was casting his marriage in the wrong light or something.
Yeah.
Because apparently freaking Afro, he said that Afro, he slept with my wife. Well, you
Yeah.
and I both know that she's not cheating. Oh, how do I know?
Yeah, like
And then the
you had
wife
one
was
job,
like,
and that was to say that your wife is not cheating on you, and he's like, well, I don't know.
I think
okay,
the
well.
wife went on record though later on saying, if there's anything wrong with the relationship, it's because of him.
Correct.
The names of the other songs are, they have Lemon Pound Cake, which is number 1 of the list. Will You Help Me Repair My Door is number 2. The
Yep.
Police Raid is number 3. Why You Disconnected My Video Camera, which is number 4. And then my favorite, which I actually saw on TikTok today, the Battle Ram Hymn of the Police Whistleblower. That one is fantastic.
Yeah, that's where he's like, Afro Man's gonna screw ya. But it's done.
And
It's
also-
done to the tune of "Glory, Glory, Hallelujah."
Dun, 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 dun. Yep.
There's a few more. There's a hard ass dick. It never works. And sign my titties.
And not only
Yes.
you forgot Lick 'em Lolisa.
Oh, I just saw the list that just popped up on my phone. I didn't know the whole list.
Yeah, there was a whole ass list, but yeah, the end result is they look like idiots. He won his defamation lawsuit,
yes,
and it is perfectly okay to make fun of cops.
Yep, as of
for being
318, the
complete
judge said,
morons.
Yeah, this was you guys fucked up. You guys found out, and he was in his constitutional rights to do this. Like,
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I think he actually called up to the witness stand that one dude's ex-wife as a
Yeah.
character witness. It is so it is so wild, and the lawyers did such a bad job of controlling him because they asked open-ended questions, and he just ran right over the prosecution. He was just like,
oh yeah. One of the questions was, will you change your stance about what happened because of these cops' feelings? Like, will I change the fact that they broke into my house and took my money? No, I will not be changing my stance. Thank you very much. No further questions.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story is, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and 600 pounds of pound cake.
interesting. I remember
Oh
that
yeah,
being
and also just because I was gonna say, just because you have a hit song from years ago, Because I Got High, doesn't give you the right to get a random warrant for narcotics. I mean, granted, like you said,
Allegedly, it was because someone said he was holding someone hostage. Like that's in actually one of his song in the Afro Man's Gonna Screw You song, like the battle hymn. He says that he's not. There was no hostages in it, so I'm assuming. Like I haven't looked up the whole warrant because, of course, that require being informed, and we also have uninformed opinions.
Yep.
kidnapping and narcotics. He's like, well, you're right on the narcotics, right? Because I got high, but he's like,
That is my whole thing.
And then it's like, he was like, so did you find any kidnapping victims in my suit pockets? And then also, where's the dungeon? You didn't find the dungeon, but why are you stealing my hard-earned money?
Yeah.
The crazy that his kids were right there in the living room, just big chilling.
Yeah.
Like what's
Yeah.
going on, Dad? Just let
They
him do their thing.
cops terrorized his home, but
Will say his suit is amazing.
you know what's really funny?
Dude, his suit was awesome.
That thing was bright as hell. It burned my eyes.
I loved it.
But do you know what's really funny in terms of like trying to pretend it's someone else's fault you fucked up?
What's that?
Pearl Abyss saying, "Oh, we're not going to support Intel Arc discount GPUs." If you're not familiar, Intel Arc GPUs are basically like you can't afford a 5000 series or 90,000 or 9000 series AMD or Nvidia video card. Intel makes a decent mid-grade and low-grade video card. They now have 1% of the market share, no less. But Crimson Desert, if you didn't know, publicly shipped saying, "Oh, we don't support the Intel Arc. And we have no plans of making that happen." Intel, for their part, basically said, "Yeah, for the last several years, we've been trying to work with them, provide them direct engineering and hardware support and assistance to get them to be able to use Intel Arc video cards." So if you're a person with a built-in video card on your laptop, because you could not afford to be a turbo nerd and buy a very expensive laptop with a very expensive separate video card, you get nothing in terms of video support. So Pearl Abyss has said, well, you should just look for refunds instead. As is the custom, of course.
Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Yeah. So it was so bad that a couple things happened. One, Intel released a statement basically saying, yeah, we understand that the game is released without support for ARC video cards. We're very disappointed. And in fact, for the last several years, we've been trying to help them out, giving them engineering, like level 1, 2, and 3 engineering support, getting them anything they needed to do QA, whatever, to help with this. And they never, spoke to us at all once. So it's pretty damning on Pearl Abyss's side. Now, on top of that, there is a platform called Blind, where you need to, like, it's an engineering and software development website forum, basically. The only people who are allowed to register on that are people who use their corporate email address. So if you work for Valve, then you can work for there because it's, valve.com is your email address. Someone with a Gmail absolutely cannot. So it's a very exclusive club for developers to speak freely, trade information on engineering issues and solutions, yada, yada, yada. Somebody went on there who now works at a different company from Pearl Abyss, but basically said, due to the way South Korea's developers and software development system works, there was never any hope for the video game to do anything other than have high value art, look really good, but have no actual storyline. And part of that goes to the fact that one person was basically pushed out of the company, another person took over who came from an art design background, and then all the other VPs and whatever else were just there for saying yes. So it really apparently hampered the development. So art direction got all the attention, all the assistance in the world. Development and engineering got barely anything. And that's why allegedly we're in a position where ARC is not supported, and there's going to be no future plans for support at this moment. And it's to the point where Pearl Abyss has said, well, if you've got an Intel ARC video card, you should probably just ask Valve for a refund.
Yep.
Like, that is absurd.
Everybody who got it should get a refund at this point.
And I know a few people who've worked in South Korea in the game development landscape, and to an extent, most of what is posted on a Reddit screen grab it is fairly accurate in terms of thought processes and how status matters more than substance. And I've actually reached out to one of my developer friends who used to work in Korea. He's actually worked out to someone who used to work for Pearl Abyss for comment, and unfortunately, it was 2 a.m. when they sent the message. They haven't replied yet, so we'll likely have to follow up next week with a response if I can get one. But I imagine it's going to be along those same lines of your status means more than anything, and like your background for your status matters more than anything else. Which is very unfortunate because, yeah, the art direction got a ton of money. It looks beautiful, but apparently there was supposed to be way more substance to the game that was never added. And that's in that Reddit post that was put up a couple days ago.
That's a hard sell. And I mean that in the sense of like, hey, the story might be shit. Like, it's one of those. I've been playing the game for the last 2 days, and I can tell you right now that I'm having a blast. The storyline becomes less about the game and more about you. I love sandbox type games where you are the adventurer and you pick what you want to do, and it does work.
You want to know what's funny? It was never supposed to be sandbox. So originally, and I'm going to read right from the post on Blind.
Go for it.
For the story, originally it started as a young king who had a throne usurped, coming to the Grey Mane mercenaries. A middle-aged prime minister or something of that level. If you're American, that's the equivalent of a president. Who was looking after the young king, and a young princess came and asked to make them royalty. That's what I'm reading here. So that sentence makes sense. And it was content about recapturing a type of currency manufactured from the minerals that can only be collected in the regional area of the Crimson Desert. So in the process of occupying the Crimson Desert to seize hegemony and making them royalty, the middle-aged prime minister was supposed to betray them and try to become king himself. And the story was about stopping that betrayal and then beating the prime minister. So apparently in the middle of that story development, a director was pushed out in a power struggle and resigned. And once someone from an art background became the general manager, they started overturning everything. The person who became the general manager is a general manager in name only. They're just compliant and subordinate, to whom it doesn't mention. And every person on the team who holds a rank is just compliant and subordinate. Again, it doesn't really mention to whom. I'm assuming a CEO or something of that nature. God, I love Reddit's ability to not zoom in on text. So, yeah, like it's just a schmozzle. And knowing a few people who've worked in South Korea and knowing how that status affects more than anything, it kind of tracks. And like I said, I reached out for comment from a friend of mine who's reached out to a guy who used to work for Pearl Abyss. And hopefully I'll have something next week. But yeah, it might seem really cool, but that's apparently not, it's not supposed to be a sandbox. It was supposed to have real depth to it that just never transpired because someone took over, and because of you will do exactly as your CEO says or your boss says, there was no pushback to say, hey, we need more story, substance. And that's more of a cultural thing than anything else that is very prevalent in that area of the world, not just limited to South Korea. And I don't want to seem like I'm attacking them or anything, but it's just a cultural thing where you do as your boss says and you don't argue and you don't push back. So, if your boss makes bad decisions, you just have to sit there and say, yes, sir, or yes, ma'am, and then take it. And I've seen that actually playing a game that used to be developed by a company out in South Korea, where decisions were being made at the very top end that made no sense and eventually caused the company and the game to collapse. So the post on Reddit kind of tracks from what I've seen as a player, not necessarily as an employee. So overall, it's really disappointing.
Yeah, I can see that. I would have liked to see I don't think I've seen a storyline quite like what was described. That would have been really cool. However,
no, like it's just not in the game.
That's not to say they won't have that as a DLC or something, which would be kind of cool. I don't know how they're going to DLC this thing. There's so many stupid systems in that game. Like, it's like they borrowed a lot from Black Desert and was just like, what'd be great here? Animal husbandry. Let's do that.
Has bongos.
So, one thing I've noticed is when a decision is made, they rarely go back on it. in those cultures where you have the absolute obedience to your boss. So if your boss makes a bad decision, that's the direction the company goes in, regardless of the outcome. And to go back and add something back later is tantamount to admitting failure, which, failure's not allowed. And when you've got a system in place that does not allow for failure or allow for questioning, that's where you get significant issues. And there was actually, unfortunately, a very good demonstration of that. I think it was an Air Korea or an airline in Japan, one of the two, where the captain was making a bad decision. The first officer knew the correct decisions to make, but because of the cultural norms of you don't question your boss, they did not stop the captain from making bad decisions, and the airplane crashed, killing everybody on board. And again, like, it's sadly a cultural thing where I've made a bad decision. We're going to stick with my bad decision.
That's right.
I mean,
and it's frustrating because people
unfamiliar
get
to our
fucked.
territory there.
And it's especially frustrating when you come from a climate where pushback is allowed, acceptable, and in a lot of cases encouraged. Because what does that let you do? It allows you to identify a problem and rectify it before it becomes a massive problem.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, the culture thing, I can see that happening because, I mean, all the anime that I think we've all watched, except for Aimi, senpai is a whole big thing. You don't question senpai at all. Senpai.
What's senpai?
Somebody with more experience than you. So it's your upper. It's at work. It's somebody who's been there longer than you. It's like union rules without being in a union, except you don't get to fight.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, oh, senpai said it's this, but I think it's this. Well, obviously we should do what senpai says, and that's just Japan, right? And it doesn't surprise me that like China and Korea would follow the same suit because that whole area has similar values. Maybe under different names. Like, I don't know what the equivalent of Korean senpai is, but yeah, no, that makes a whole lot of sense. You don't question your boss. You follow. You don't lead unless you are told to lead.
You know what the American version is? Cheeto.
The American version is what?
Cheeto.
TWL Omega. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard.
Hey, it's Omega. Hey, Omega.
Hey,
how are
you,
sir?
What's shaking, bacon?
They are a fantastic individual. Always say hi to them if you see them.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've got a sharp, pointy stick, you can poke them with a pointy stick. I highly encourage it.
Welcome.
They're also Canadian, so they'll just throw me in a snowbank, so I have no fear.
Oh, so the stick's expected. Got it. All right. Well.
Yes. Okay. it's normally attached to a hockey stick and like hockey pucks, and yeah, it's all good.
Fair enough. So yeah, but as far as the game itself, as somebody who's been playing it with like 2 other people in the house, it's been an incredible journey. It is a slow burn, that's for sure, but I don't get a whole lot of time to play, so just getting up and like, I need to collect fish today and just going fishing is great. Or I want to go see what's behind this mountain over here. I can go do that real quick and call it good. So again, the idea that I can choose my own adventure and make it as long or as short as I want, fantastic. And all the systems in place allow me to do a lot of things. Like I mentioned one, animal husbandry, and that's actually a thing. Like
looking at you, Howson.
Yeah, so I'm still discovering everything and figuring out how it goes. Like, while the original story is not there, which I'm kind of upset about, what I'm experiencing is still a really good game. I do hope that they walk back ARC support after all this, but they might not. They'll be like, nope, just take your refunds and call it good. And again, from the same company that did Black Desert, I expect quite a bit as far as like system depth, and so far it has not disappointed.
What is this puzzle game? Oh, they've made a new puzzle game for this game. Oh shit, it's matching shapes. Sorry, continue. I'm very perturbed by what I'm trying to do here.
I saw yours like, I don't know what device it was, but that's fine. So yeah, no, Crimson Desert is really good. Pick it up. I remember the whole like Intel debacle reminded me about the Witcher 3 crap, where Witcher 3 wouldn't run on any system that had AMD processor on it because they didn't tune it. Like CD Projekt Red
God
was
damn.
like, fuck all that. That was, gosh, 10 years ago. So, and Witcher 3 is still a great game. I'm pretty sure they added support because, well, CD Projekt Red is like, I like money. So.
Well, yeah, to me, it makes no sense that you would willingly or knowingly just alienate a bunch of your, oh my God, what the fuck is a bunch of your fan base just for whatever made up reason. Oops, that was the wrong one.
Like it feels very Pokemon. Like if you're just poor, just say it. Oh my God, that whole situation.
Pokemon, I can't believe that actually came up in this fucking podcast. God damn it.
It was
Why
a
do
low
you hate
hanging.
us?
Huh?
I said, why do you hate? What am I looking for? Oh, this one. Here we go. A C and a PL. Okay. Sorry. Continue. I'm very distracted by these new puzzles that are making me have to think instead of click on the moving thing or click the moving thing on the box that's highlighted. Now it's like find the triangle and put it in the square hole. Wait, what? God damn game.
Oh, that works. So yeah, no, Crimson Desert, good stuff. Always good. Cajun, let's hear about. Well, no, wait. Let's go to Crit. Are you good, Crit?
What do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about High Guard going offline and pretty much Sony issuing automatic refunds for players and stuff like that for its currency after the shutdown?
Yeah.
Randomly.
Let's talk about High Guard. Why not? Let's do it.
I don't really know much about it. All I know is it was a game. Then it went offline. Then things got deleted from the LinkedIn and the website and stuff like that. And people are like, "What the fuck?"
Fair enough. It had such low impact other than people are like, it's garbage. And that's about as far as it went. It's like, oh, look, it has 5,000 concurrent players for a massive, like online shooter type. I don't even remember what kind of game it was. But yeah, no, I totally get it. Like, it kind of it hit a note as in, like, it was released and then it was just ridiculed. And then it's fading into obscurity. Like, it's being sunsetted so early. It's not even funny. Like, even Anthem took years for them to sunset. So, just to give you an idea, that's all right. DLSS, that was one of the other ones that you had sent, wasn't it?
Oh, and then there's a few. There's actually
it was Nord.
Well, there's another thing too. Apparently, World of Warcraft has a Habitat for Humanity partnership going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
They have a charity pet pack for Rufus, and you can get an in-game pet, and you can get a doghouse, a little dog bed, and other stuff with that. I know that there's a Pow World / Pokemon game. I forgot what it's called, but they got suspended on X for, I guess, copyright infringement.
Oh yeah, Pikmin.
Pikmin, yeah. So it took IPs from Power World, Pokemon Zelda, Overwatch, Kira, and yeah, it's blatant. It's literally.
And fan art. You forgot fan art. That was the one that's really pissing people off, is the fact that they never credited some of the designs, because it literally came from like a DeviantArt account from a few artists.
Oh yeah, that's right. Somebody was like, yeah, they literally stole it and they showed their original versus what was given. Yeah.
Yeah, and their responsible thing is, hey, thanks for all the things. Our YouTube channel has over 2 million views in 2 weeks, or something stupid.
What's the subject matter? I missed it because my Wi-Fi decided that I needed to put my password back in. I had to go get it from the router.
Well, see, if you didn't have budget rental Wi-Fi, you wouldn't have this problem.
Sir, I am not in the house that I can control. So,
sir, I'm going to eat more of your bandwidth.
Please don't. I need as much as I can get right
now. No, it's mine.
It reminds me, before I started the podcast, my oldest kid sat there and it's like, I hate podcast night. It makes my games jitter. And I'm like, I got a gigabit line, and my wireless only consumes half of it if I go at full tilt. I'm not even going full tilt, right? Speed test shows me on my wireless point that are like at my office through our wireless, it's like 500 megabits down and up. Like, that's incredible, right? The entire line is 1 gigabit. Yeah, it is. And he's on his Xbox. He's like, I'm like, shut up. So
my router supports multi-WAN connections, so I can plug it into the modem from the ISP and then have like triple or like 3 gigabit to the desk or to the like from the modem to the router, and then the router can split it up however the hell I want.
Nice.
I currently don't have it set that way, but I'll be doing that in the next week or so.
Yeah, I have a wireless access point in front of my gateway that AT&T gave me. So, like, I have 2 wireless networks in the house. One that feeds directly into the internet, and the other one for all my devices for legacy reasons like Nest. So, meh. But as far as the World of Warcraft thing, I really wish that they would like dual release stuff like that for like Diablo 4. I would totally get like their pet pack for Diablo 4. I haven't fired. I've got WoW paid up until like December of of this year, right? You know how many times I've logged in?
Once.
A lot.
Once.
And it wasn't even at like expansion release. It was well before that. It was gosh, it was back in like November. So
I mean, they've been doing other stuff too. Like they have decor. They had like they have a Pinterest campaign going on right now where you can get 3 pieces of home decor or whatever for your WoW home. And I still am waiting for my codes in the email or whatever for it, but
that reminds me. That's
there's
one of the things about the new expansion that folks are talking about. At least as far as like, because when I was perusing the news forum on the Discord server, one of the headlines was talking about like the new expansion is actually pretty good, but as far as housing is concerned, but you have to be willing to do the decoration grind, which I think you and I talked briefly on. I didn't realize that it was actually a whole grind because when we talked about it, while Amy was bouncing back and forth and killing Nazis.
it's a grind. There's going back. So for decor and WoW, there's of course, there's the hidden stuff. Then there's going back old school raids or dungeons. Certain dungeons have certain decor. Hold on 1 second.
Holding, hold.
Hold. Hold. Steady as she
Don't.
goes.
That's my ears. Sorry.
Sorry, it was another low for hanging fruit. We had to go for it. Sorry.
So anyway, there's dungeons and rep grinding. You can go do certain quests with Draenor, like there's some kind of quest that you can there's different quests in Draenor. Then there's the professions. So you can get stuff from professions for cooking and achievements. You can get decor from certain achievements, like even with PvP I got like even from doing a duel and wing a duel, you can get a duel flag or whatever. From capturing a flag in certain PvP skirmishes, you can get a uncontested banner. Different things can render different things. So no, it's definitely, you have to just like kind of like look around and get it, and then everything's locked behind certain things too, like renown. I'm still nowhere near. And some people actually use the stuff that they have in the vendors to actually make elaborate things, and I'm like, I'm not there yet. And even as Sully, our friend, actually found out that you can even, certain cases, you can actually make your own dye for furniture.
It's actually really cool. I know the stuff that you've shown as far as like the decorations for your home in World of Warcraft has actually been really cool and really intricate. So,
Yeah, but I'm redoing mine.
You're what doing yours?
I'm redoing mine, like the whole, like as you're leveling up your house, because you can actually level up your house and make it bigger and stuff like that over time. I still don't have it where I want it as far as like the floor plan goes, because you can actually keep on going up and stuff like that. But I haven't figured out what rooms I want where. You can have hidden rooms, you can have this and that, the other thing. There's even hidden bookcases that you can actually install. So I still haven't figured it all out yet, though. If you go on anybody else's like Twitter page, they have like people have been making like Alice in Wonderland type rooms and Beauty and the Beast themed stuff, and here I am looking like a whole baked potato.
Baked potatoes are delicious. You'll be fine. Right? Right.
That's how I'm feeling in Pokopia right now.
Yeah, Pokopia. Is there anything else you want to touch on before we move on to Pokopia, Crit? I know that we were talking about DLSS and the memes, and I think my favorite meme is the one where they showed Withers from Baldur's Gate 3, and then
Yes,
DLSS
I put that in the
on.
chat.
Gross.
I put that in the chat yesterday.
Gross.
That was before I
Wait.
knew what the meme meant.
Wait, was it with DLSS? Whether it's when you put it on, he has boobs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
It's
actually
in-
a mod
it's in the
called
meme
Big
chat.
Natural. That's a mod called
Cool.
Big Withers Big Naturals or Big Naturals Withers.
Yep.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I had to share this with everybody, and I was like, I don't even know what the meme, I don't even know what this means, but it's funny. And then Ivy told me, like, I hate it, but it's still funny.
So one DLSS 5 meme I saw was a pair of RAM sticks, 32 gigs or 16 gigs for $99 with DLSS 5 off, DLSS 5 on. They're like $900. I hate that more than anything. Like, fuck off with your AI bullshit.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like for smoothness and whatnot, I can see frame generation via AI would be beneficial. But for improvements, like I don't know.
So I have a bone to pick with AI frame generation.
Oh,
I've tried it. It is okay. So if you like frame generation, just adjust your settings to properly generate them. What I have found is FSR and DLSS both cause, like, you know, when you look at a AI generated animation, how it's kind of blurry and kind of looks really wonky. Imagine that and missing textures that are halfway there because AI can't figure out what to actually put there. Maybe if I'm playing solitaire, the extra frames from AI would be amazing. But in any game, like when I first started playing Dorktide, DLSS was on because I had a 3070 at the time. Or no, it wasn't on. Sorry, FSR was on when I put in my 9070 AMD, and it was just tearing textures, and it looked blurry as hell until I turned all the AI stuff off, and then all of a sudden it looks like a real video game all over again. It's so gross. I don't know how people can play it. Like, it just boggles my mind.
But you just said something interesting beforehand, though. I mean, come on, 120 frames per second solitaire, though. Like,
Come on now.
I'm gonna go put my face in a blender now if anybody needs me.
okay, well,
I am the law.
that?
It's going to blend his face.
Let's talk Pokopia because Cajun has had an internal moral like fight on. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I really want to do it, and then now it's here. So I apparently, and I'm going to say this before I let you talk about it, Cajun, is that this is probably one of the best Pokemon off-series game that they've produced. Like I understand like the Legend series, and then of course the dual release series like Wind and Waves and Scarlet and Violet and Fishnets and Hookers or whatever else that they come out with.
Blackjack and Hookers, sir. Blackjack and Hookers.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Blackjack and Hookers. That would be awesome. Except all the Pokemon are sexy, and they're like, "This isn't for kids." It's like, yeah, it is.
Sir, there is enough Rule 34 out there for Vaporeon. We do not need any more.
That's all right.
On that note, good night, everybody. So long.
Actually, if you take a
Fucking
look
hell.
over at the game channel on Jalen's server, I think it was Mano was talking about the new one being Pokemon, like both of them, Pokemon Weewa. And I was just like, well, it could have been like, what was it, Soup and Pokemon Soup and Wine. It could be Pokemon Sawi. So,
Sir, no, sir.
but no,
Pokemon Ooh at this point.
But hear me out. Pokemon Sawi, all right, Soup and Wine. It's a cooking-based one, and if you combine the mechanics from Dave the Diver's sushi stuff and Cook Serve Delicious and wrap Pokemon and add in stuff that people have made from like TikTok for how to cook Pikachu, come on now.
There is a bunch of those that how to cook like Squirtles and Chikorritas and stuff like that. I've seen those, and it's terrifying. But at the same time, it's like that would actually make sense in the Pokemon world.
Yeah. So anyway, so other than that, Pokopia is probably the best off-series game that they have released. People have had emotional moments like beyond, like Animal Crossing was one of those ones where that kept us company. But apparently Pokopia is evoking some crazy stuff from people. like the white Pikachu stuff that we touched on like 3 weeks ago. But I'm going to turn it over to you. Tell me what's going on, Cajun.
Well, I like quite literally about 5 minutes ago, while Crit was talking about World of Warcraft, I ran into the lore that did make my heart want to kill it. It's that deep into the lore of the story where I'm at. So, for the people who have been trying to resist it, I understand you. Trust me. 2 weeks ago, I was on the soapbox saying the exact same thing, saying there's no way, especially after the debacle of Fire Red and Leaf Green coming out for $20, there's no way I would drop the money that they have for Pokopia. That argument lasted 72 hours. Simply because I started watching people reacting to the game. And I didn't even watch any of the gameplay. I was literally just seeing people react to it on social media. And when I tell you the FOMO hit me so god dang, I resisted it for as long as I could. And then I saw one thing. I saw one thing, and if anybody's watching, the next 10 to 15 minutes might be spoilers. So if you don't want the game spoiled for you, leave. But the one thing
Get out of here.
that one thing that got me hooked was how you summon Cubone. I wanted to hug. I never wanted to hug a non-real character in my life more than that Cubone. In the instant when he tells you his mom would have loved the place that you made for him. And if you know Cubone's lore, you know the heartstrings of that pull. And it was at that moment I folded and bought the damn game. And I have not put it down since. It's been 2 weeks since that incident because I wasn't here last week, but I've been playing it ever since. And the game, like I have to give credit where credit is due. The game is fucking massive in terms of what you can do. You cannot turn the game on and not have something to do at any given point. Right? I have a list of things that I need to get done, and I'm making no progress because of how many things else I want. There are 300 Pokemon that you can find. That's insane for a Animal Crossing style. There's so many different Pokemon you can find and bring them to your different areas and build homes for them and shit. And I just had Ho-Oh fly over me because, hey, buddy, how you doing? And I'm playing it right now. I've been playing the whole time. We've been podcasting the entire time. I have not stopped. The reason why in terms of lore, though, this is probably the darkest that Pokemon has got. And that's saying a lot because I lived through the X and Y generations. I lived through people creating massive weapons to try to blow up the entire planet just so Pokemon can live. I've lived through those storylines. This is a whole brand new ballgame because this is literally a post-apocalyptic world where humans are gone. Humans vanished. And do you guys mind if I explain what happened?
Sure,
I literally just
you gave the spoiler warning. Do what you want.
I literally just found out what actually happened in the story. Like the last piece of the puzzle just clicked in for. There was a huge natural disaster that was coming that was going to wipe off life on the face of the planet, like the entire planet. And the human had to escape to space to survive. But they couldn't take the Pokemon with them because there was not enough resources to go around and there wasn't enough room. So the people in the game, like the humans in the game, created a computer space because you know how in the game you can store your Pokemon in the computers once you have 6 Pokemon in the party. It was a similar situation, but it was all. You guys have you guys heard of a game called Soma?
I think I have it. I've never played it.
It's a horror game based in a post-apocalyptic world where humans survive by having their brain scanned into a computer paradise. It's the only way that they could survive. Same exact situation with the Pokemon. All the Pokemon trainers took their Pokemon to this Pokemon preservation and put them in this computer to keep their Pokemon safe while this in-game extinction went on. The game starts with your Ditto showing up in a cave. The last piece of lore I just read was that when the power runs out on the storage for these Pokemon, they'll be re-released into the wild post-apocalypse. And that's you rebuilding the world with these random Pokemon just showing up out of nowhere. They're escaping the virtual reality that the humans made for them while the humans are still in space, trying to not knowing that they could come back to Earth. It's so crazy. Like it's like my brain, like there's more lore and story going on in the background of this game than any of the Pokemon games in my. And just finding out that last tidbit and reading it, quite literally made me tear up because they did such a good job with this story. Like at face value, if you ignore all the lore, all the storyline, and just play the game, it is Animal Crossing with Pokemon. It's exactly what the game is. I mean, even the mechanics are the same. You open it up, you have the same inventory that's just like it's straight out of Animal Crossing. You have a professor that tells you what items are, and you can use them like who the owl like the owl did in Animal Crossing for all the items you found underground and all that. The Tangrowth professor does the same thing for you in this game. You can make homes for your quote unquote villagers as you find the Pokemon. Like it's Animal Crossing, but with Pokemon.
Now you said it's Animal Crossing. The big question I have on that about the whole thing is they still have the same time gating policy that Animal Crossing did, where like you can do X amount of things in a day, then once you're out, then you have to figure it out. And I say figure it out in a sense of like you can't progress the storyline because Animal Crossing had a very strict like 30-day build up. So and most people didn't have the patience and would adjust the time on their Switch to the next day and be like, all right, time to play again and do whatever.
Pokemon saw that, and they've seen how people love to do shiny hunts and all that. Which spoiler alert, no shiny Pokemon in this game. I know it sucks to hear that, but there's not a single one they didn't put in. But they've seen us use time to fast forward and get new outbreaks in Scarlet and Violet, change things in ZA. Like they know that we can fast forward time in other games. They added that feature here. So you could start a build and it literally tells you it will be ready tomorrow. First day I played, I literally waited till tomorrow just to have the experience. Once I got to the next part of the game and we started rebuilding stuff and it says wait till tomorrow, I immediately said, I wonder if. And I saved the game, turned my Switch to the next day, came back, the build was done. So yes, you can fast forward the long ass builds.
Okay.
So they had that in mind because I know that was a big slowdown. Like when it told you it'd be done in like 24, 72 hours, it was not done until 24, 72 hours, no matter how many times.
Yep, that was my biggest problem with Animal Crossing was the fact that it's like, yeah, this will be ready in 2 days. And it's not talking 2 in-game days. It's talking 2 days.
48 hours?
Yeah.
Yes.
48.
Oh man, what is wrong
hours.
with this guy's head?
I
slapped him so hard his head is stretching. That's weird. Sorry.
Okay.
Continue.
So it is time gated to a sense, but it doesn't punish you for I call it using the DeLorean, which is changing your system time.
No, it actually sets it up to where it's more advantageous for you to do that because you can go to different like biomes, get a whole bunch of buildings being built at the same time, fast forward a day, and boom, they're done. It's they've made it very user friendly in terms of that. The game itself is very user friendly too. Like putting things down is very smooth. You can hold the A button and just walk forward, and Ditto will just start laying down bricks without you having to aim. Like it's very user friendly, all customizable. If you want a house that looks like something out of one of the video games, you can make it. Like I have seen some of these crazy builds people are already making. It's making me jealous because I'm still on the basic like square houses because I haven't got too creative yet because I'm still trying to finish the main storyline.
Right.
I'm still not done with the game yet in terms of the storyline. I'm on maybe island 4 out of 5. I have a ways to go. Like there's a lot of story to get through, and then they give you an entire island. It's called Pallet Town, like from the first city you get in like Red and Silver.
Mhm.
Red and Silver. Wow, red and gold. Red. The first 2 colors. You know what I'm talking about. And that's your island. You can customize that any way you want. You, that's your territory to bring whatever Pokemon you want to do, build it the way you want. Like it is 100% just yours in comparison to the storyline islands, which is still technically your space. You can edit it and design it any way you want. So the entire game is quite literally a platter of just things to do and things to create and things to mold the way you want it. And seeing these areas, like walking into this new area and realizing, oh, this is a post-apocalyptic Vermilion City. That's the freaking SS Anne, the big boat that you get on to fight the captain and your rival in red and blue. It's there. It's in the game. Just chilling, beached. It's like they put so much detail into some of these areas. And there's even like a subplot with Team Rocket that was trying to take advantage of the whole situation with the post-apocalyptic thing. And the last tidbit you get from them is they get caught and everything gets shut down. It's crazy. Like there's a whole storyline going
Before
along
you get too crazy, we're at like 20 minutes or 10 minutes into the podcast, so let's
let me
put a
wrap it
bow
up.
on it.
I'm sorry. Let me wrap it up. I know I'm fanboying. I really am, and I hated the fact that I actually purchased this game. It
No
was worth every
regrets.
penny. It was worth every single penny. Like I said, I'm still playing it. I still have so many things to do. If you love open world sandbox creatums like Animal Crossing, and you love Pokemon, this thing will keep you busy for a long, long, long time. So I'm sure there's going to be things that are going to come out in the future with, because they still release things for Animal Crossing for a while, but to keep it up and going. This is their first like you said side quest game in a very long.
Yep.
Like I think the last one they had was like for the DS. They had the Animal Ranger, the Pokemon Ranger series, and that was the last like side quest other than the main quest.
Oh,
Legends is technically
you forgot about Mystery Dungeon.
I never got to play Mystery Dungeon.
You should.
Or Rumble.
I never got to play Rumble either, and they just released Pokemon XD Darkness finally on the GameCube emulator for the Switch too. So
Nice.
if you if you're a Pokemon fan, you're eating well right. You are.
What's interesting is that we were as it was like last month or the month before, we were already making fun of like Game Freak releasing this thing. This is when we found out about Beast of Reincarnation, which is another like anticipated thing. Like where'd they keep those developers? Yeah, but anyway, because Pokopia was just like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it too. You're pals and farming and all kinds of other stuff. It's gonna come down to exactly what it is that Pokopia is going to do with theirs that's going to set them apart from Pokemon, because Pokemon has a large, rich community and internal story base. So it's going to be interesting how Pokopia does their community farm Animal Crossing sim. So we'll see how that goes. But let's move on to the round table and see.
Well, I was going to say, and of
go
course, you have like the challenger coming in that's stealing IPs from almost everyone, and you just see like Nintendo's neck snapping and freaking, Pocket Pair's neck snapping, and Blizzard Activision like neck snapping. Like, why are you taking our Overwatch stuff, bruh?
Yeah, if there's ever a point where I gladly welcome Nintendo litigation, it'd probably be for that, because you don't steal from people. Like actual people, like corporations. I mean, if you listen to Jim Stephanie Sterling, there's no good corporations. But people.
Well, and don't according to Ubisoft, you shouldn't expect to own your games anymore.
Yeah. So
if it's an Ubisoft game, I mean, sail the 7 seas, I guess.
Yo ho ho,
The 7 proxies.
Yeah. I know about that. Oh.
The 7 prox seas.
There you go. Nerd jokes.
That is a That is an old Pirate Bay / 4chan reference.
And I said Ion know about that because Ion was a game for Ubisoft that I used to be a settler of Ion until they decided they didn't want to have my account anymore. So yeah.
Their loss.
Fair enough. Speaking of no accounts,
That's how I
Britt,
found
what are you doing for? What are you doing this next week?
Well, I need to see what my schedule looks like, honestly. Because I have family asking me to do things and I have other things going on in my life, and there's On Patrol Live on the weekends, which we're currently 27 minutes into it. Anyway, probably more World of Warcraft and and time with Amy.
Yay! Time with Amy.
As it should be.
Right.
Oh my god, look at their heads.
I know. What was up with that? It's just like Speaking of Amy, what are you doing this next week?
Thunk slap bad mans. Thunk smash.
All right.
See? Thunk smash. Smash. Smash with big stick. Thunk. Thunk. Slap. 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 That's what Thunk do. Thunk slap bad mans into death. The body disappeared. I have no idea what happened to that body. It just disappeared after I slapped it. I think I slapped it to oblivion.
That's the DLSS taking over. So.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate it.
Well, we kind of know what Cajun's doing, but we're going to ask anyway. What's going on with Cajun over the next week?
Yes, I will continue my adventures with Pokopia. Once I finally finish the story, get into actually big builds. Mm-hmm. But I also got something recently that's also been taking up a few minutes of my time, which will probably take it up more. I have got my hands finally on the playset for Daggerheart. Daggerheart is the game that the creators of Critical Role came out with. It's their own like world and play style and core rule set. Finally got my hands on it. So I've cracked that open and I'm learning that to hopefully be able to use that. And I got excited because it's a world building game. Like the whole aspect is to build the world and your characters more than it is just to go in there and murder hobo all the time. So my DM senses went crazy and I was like, yeah, I'm going to learn this system so I can integrate it into my own game. So the nerd is strong with this one over the next few weeks. And in Pokemon. So that's me in a nutshell. What about you, Lumi? What's going on with you?
I am going to be spending my week learning Dynamic SQL and brushing up my skills on T-SQL and doing more data engineering type things. That's pretty much me. Oh, we'll play Crimson Desert and see what we can do with that. I won't be hosting the podcast next weekend. I'll actually be out of town. So if you guys want to do it, we can have Amy fire.
I too shall be out of town for Good Friday Easter weekend thing. And
the next weekend?
Oh, I didn't realize it was a holiday. This is what happens when you don't follow a faith.
Oh, sorry, I'm 2 weeks away. I won't be here. Next week I can host it.
Okay, and that's if everybody's available and wants to. But I won't be.
I was like, wait a second, that's in 2 weeks because I know my child is keeping really quite tight tabs on that because I won't be off of school.
Yes, I want the bunny poop eggs, please, Papa. I must have.
Oh, he don't care.
I must have the
why
forbidden
would you say
chocolate.
It that way?
I don't.
He
know.
Don't give a. He don't give a.
I want you to understand. This is a holiday. So what is it? Easter is the resurrection, right? So if that's the case, and the bunny is supposed to be representative of something, like somebody tried to explain it to me. I'm like, this is dumb. Like
it's the world's worst. It's the celebration of the world's worst lag and respawn timer.
Yeah. So, and they do it with...
Don't want the dude on my team. If he has to take 3 days to respawn, fuck that noise.
They do it with rabbit that hides eggs.
We are at the end of the podcast, sir. You do not want to get us started on that subject.
You're right.
Because there is... You ever see that picture of SpongeBob who undoes the list and the list just goes around the house and out the door?
Yeah.
That's me.
No.
Yeah. No, Cajun has a lot of depth in that, and I'm pretty sure it would be a very educational podcast. So I guess
we can do that in 2 weeks.
I mean, if you want the UDP broadcast like Easter edition where Cajun talks about this, chocolate pooping rabbits, then hey, we got you. But until then, thanks for stopping by.
I'm just going to go away
everyone.
and funk smash things. Funk
Hey.
slap.
Until then, you guys stay awesome. You guys stay classy. And as always,
Don't be a
dick!
Also
Yarr.
follow, like, subscribe for more, etc., etc.
Take care now.
Yes.
Bye-bye then.
Bye-bye. Greedy is, I think, streaming tonight.
Okay.
We'll go bug them.
All
Greedy
right.
Meister.
Bye, YouTube.
Let's see here. /raid. Greedy fails, I believe, is what it is.
Greedy fail, no S. Singular. They fail only once, not multiple times.
Just like in real life.
Only once is allowed.
All right, so how many people are you going to be carrying over? 3. 3. Okay.
Yep, up.
I might do some traveling.
Traveling.
Yep,
Yeah.
traveling up to
Yeah.
Canada.
Well, not even that. Like, dad, chicken, chicken dad, I guess you could say.
Nugget Dad.
Once,
Elder
yeah,
chicken.
nugget dad. Elder chicken, yeah. Or rooster? I don't know.
Cock.
Elder cock.
I mean, I
So it
have
says-
words that are
so
not
it's-
meant for broadcast, so I'll leave them out.
So it is written, so shall
Well,
it be.
Oh, Nord, speaking of chickens and stuff like that and cocks and whatnot, did you see
Yeah. Yeah.
The raid is now, everyone. Off we go.
Bye, everybody. Have a
Speaking
nice
of cock,
time.
bye guys.